Hey guys, it's Miss Simpson here, and I just want to record a quick video. Today we're going to be talking about solids, liquids, and gases, the three states of matter that we mostly cover. Plasma is also considered a state of matter that we touch on a little bit, but we do not go too in depth with. However, you might also hear the word plasma every now and then as well. Okay, so we're covering solids, liquids, and gases. So first, I want you to think about what is a solid, what is a liquid, and what is a gas. These seem like super simple terms, but we go a little bit more in depth about what those words mean and what they look like and where they appear in the world and in our everyday lives. So we're going to keep going a little bit. Okay, so they made some predictions on the previous slides, but we're just going to use this slide to talk about what is a solid, a liquid, and a gas. So a solid is something that is tightly packed together, usually in a regular pattern. So it has shape, okay? Liquids are close together with no regular arrangement, where gases are separated with no regular arrangement. So think of a solid as like a table or a chair or a remote or, anything that's solid. Those molecules are super tightly packed together. So the solid has definite shape. So you can see it. It has shape that we can see, right? And the shape typically does not change. The molecules being packed tightly together. This is a picture of the molecules of a solid, tightly packed together. Okay. Now, a liquid, those molecules are close together. Like if I pour some water into a cup, okay, those molecules are tightly packed together in that cup. But those molecules can also change. If I pour my water from maybe like a pitcher of water, if I pour it into a cup, that liquid can change shape. It's going to take the shape of whatever container that that water is in, right? But if I take my pencil and I take it off the top of my desk and I put it into my pencil bag, just because I changed the location of it, it's not going to change shape. So solids keep their shape, okay? Where liquids take the shape of whatever container they're in. That's why liquids are close together with no regular arrangement. It just depends on what container that they're in. So liquids, you will see that their molecules are a little more spread out. They're not as organized as solids. Now, gases, on the other hand, gases take the shape of the container. So like the oxygen that we're breathing in our room, it takes the shape of our room. Okay. Another instance might be when you have a Coke float. You have the liquid Coca-Cola, and then you put the solid of the ice cream in, and then it forms a gas. All the bubbles, it takes the shape of that container. Okay. So the gas molecules are more spread out. Very, very spread out. Okay. They're well separated with no regular arrangement. So they're just kind of free floating. Okay. So solids, liquids, and gases are known as the three states of matter or material. Matter refers to any object that takes up space and has mass. So any object that takes up space and has mass is considered matter. Everything around you is made up of matter. So solids, like we said earlier, a solid has definite shape and volume. Definite shape and volume. Okay, it takes up space. Length, width, and height is volume. So it's the amount of space something takes up. Examples of solids includes ice. That's an example of solid water. A bar of steel and dry ice, that's solid carbon dioxide. So characteristics, the particles are locked into place. It's not easily compressed and it does not flow easily. It has definite shape. Liquids has a definite volume. So we can measure liquids, but it will always take the shape of the container. So we can measure like liquids in cups, and pints and quarts, and milliliters. We can measure it all different ways, but it will always just take the shape of its container. Some examples of liquids is water and oil. There's several different other examples of liquids I'm sure that you can come up with. Some characteristics is particles can move and slide past one another. That's really important when we're pouring something from one cup to another, right? It's not easily compressed. It flows pretty easily. So gases fill up the entire volume of a container, just like inside of this balloon. If I blow up a balloon, the gases are going to fill the inside of that balloon, right? Some examples of gases are air, oxygen, and helium. So that's just a couple examples. Characteristics, the particles can move past one another. It's compressible and it flows easily. So now, how would you describe a solid, a liquid, and a gas? And that's just some references from the beginning of this. The most important thing is for you to remember that solids have molecules that are tightly packed together, okay? Liquids, they are relatively packed together and they take shape of the container. Solids do not change their shape. And gases take the shape of whatever space that they're in. And they are, well spread out. Okay. We're going to go a little bit more in depth with this with different assignments that we are going to do. Okay. Thanks, guys.